This video discusses the death of German-American director Wolfgang Petersen, German exchange students, killing of Indian Americans as retaliation for killing of Sikh soldiers, comments on Indian movie Laal Singh Chaddha, and advice to Xi Jinping. Hello friends, this is Unmasked Truth with Harmanjeet Saini, where I provide unique analysis of world events based on the unmasked truth that after surrender, Germany continued World War II clandestinely and became a killing machine. I also provide true news that you will find nowhere else. The German film director, producer, and screenwriter Wolfgang Petersen's films include the German language World War II submarine warfare film Das Boot in 1981, which was nominated for 6 Academy Awards. Then he directed his first English language film, The Never Ending Story, in 1984, followed by Enemy Mine in 1985. In 1986, Petersen moved to America and later became a US citizen. His next movie, In the Line of Fire, starring Clint Eastwood in 1993, was a box office success. His other films included Outbreak in 1995, Air Force One in 1997, The Perfect Storm in 2000, Troy in 2004, and Poseidon in 2006. Germans in America did not get a free pass, as they, like German masqueraders, were also required to meet the German masquerader hurdle qualification of murdering a white adult and or child of non-German ancestry. Petersen's films became a box office success only after he met the masquerader hurdle qualification. Petersen supposedly died of pancreatic cancer on 12 August 2022 at his home in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 81. The truth is that he was executed for his crime of murder in the United States. One of the US methods to deal with such murderers is to force them to get treatment for cancer, though they do not have the disease. That is then generally given as the reason for their death when they are actually executed. If they do have a disease, they are executed before the disease would have killed them. Now, Germany keeps sending exchange students to different countries. Generally, those people are sent who Germany wants to get rid of, such as those who have dark hair and complexion. Germany has used that strategy for more than a century, influenced by their god Satan the devil. Katharina Witt, the two-time German figure skating Olympic champion, is the famous example of the Germans pushing Germans with dark hair out of the country and encouraging them to marry blonde blue-eyed foreigners and settle down in those countries. She was pushed to the United States, but the German schemes were known and Witt was unable to find an American figure skater to marry. She has remained unmarried to this day. German exchange students put up their best charm to snare American girls. Just avoid them. Here is the problem with German exchange students, which all countries need to be careful about, particularly in America. They are told the masquerader rules by their American host families, who are mostly masqueraders themselves, on how to receive masquerader support in their careers and become rich. And that is to meet their hurdle qualification. That's what the exchange students will try to do. Thus, all masquerader Americans should shun them for their own safety. Of course, once law enforcement becomes aware of their intentions, I'm sure they are capable of getting rid of them before they actually commit the murder. All other countries should follow the same policy. In my August 11, 2022 video titled Deaths of Muslims in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Olivia Newton-John and Misdeeds of Other Celebrities, I mentioned the murder of a handsome 20-year-old Sikh soldier, Sukhjinder Singh, by the Indian Army and made to look like he died in a landslide while on duty in the mountainous state of Uttarakhand in North India. I also stated that Sukhjinder Singh's death will not go unavenged. We are killing top Indians in retaliation, such as Anshu Jain. However, I would advise our people in America that killing people like Jain in retaliation for the murder of a Sikh soldier, such as Sukhjinder Singh, is not adequate punishment. Anshu Jain was not an innocent man, whereas Sukhjinder Singh was completely innocent. Anshu Jain deserved to be killed for his own crime of murder. Adequate punishment would have been killing a 19 to 30-year-old young son of these murderers, as they would then feel the pain as Sukhjinder Singh's parents must have felt. The people controlling these killings in India are the Gujaratis, Rajputs, and South Indians. Adequate punishment, therefore, would be for killing each Sikh. The adequate punishment would be putting to death one prominent murderer each in the United States from among the Rajputs, Gujaratis, and South Indian, and then one youth from each of these groups, the best candidate being the son of a murderer. Such punishment is the only way to stop them from murdering innocent Sikhs. We also know why Sikh soldiers are being murdered. The Germans ask Indians allied with them to do so to continue to demonstrate their total commitment to the German side. The only way to stop these murderers is to retaliate with overwhelming punishment. Also remember, prominent Indians are being put to death for their own heinous murders for which they have received incredible financial rewards by looting our economy in the United States. Now, ethnic origins of some other Punjabis continue to shock me, which are contrary to what they claim. I have now discovered that those with the surname Kalra, Kalra, are not Khatri Punjabis but Rajputs. It's a tragedy for Punjabis because we have that many less people of Punjabi origin living in Punjab who actually also turn out to be our enemies. Now, Indian movie Laal Singh Chaddha is a Hindi language comedy drama film produced by Amir Khan, starring Amir Khan as the lead actor along with actress Kareena Kapoor. It was released on August 11, 2022 and is based on the American movie Forrest Gump starring Tom Hanks. I saw Forrest Gump a long time ago, which was released in 1994 originally. Those were the heydays of the German massacres in the United States and their clandestine murders of white Americans of non-German ancestry in electric crematoriums and in medical murders and other ways were at their peak. Americans and Britons believed that births of America and British Commonwealth nations were providential and that many miracles helped them win World War II. The movie Forrest Gump, starring German masquerader Tom Hanks, was made to mock that view. It depicted the half-wit soldier Forrest Gump miraculously saving several of his platoon mates at great risk to his life during the Vietnam War when his platoon is ambushed. After leaving the army, fortuitous events help Gump become a successful shrimp businessman. His business partner Dan Taylor, whom also Gump saved during the ambush but who lost both his legs, invested in early Apple stock, which Forrest thought was some kind of fruit company, but made both of them into millionaires. While German masqueraders were murdering whites of non-German descent by hundreds of thousands per year, they were also looting the economy, enriching themselves while impoverishing whites of non-German ancestry. The movie was thus made to mock the idea of providentially protecting the lives of American whites of non-German ancestry, helping them become wealthy through miracles, and establishing America and British Commonwealth nations as the greatest nations on earth. The movie Laal Singh Chaddha is an adaptation of Forrest Gump, with Laal Singh Chaddha being the dim-wit Sikh soldier. The movie thus was made to mock Sikhs, probably Sikh soldiers. Now, German goal has been to destroy the Sikhs because they fought the Germans during both world wars as part of the British Indian Army. At the time of India's independence from British rule in 1947, violence between Muslims and Hindus and Sikhs was expected, but the German masquerader Governor General of India Lord Mountbatten deliberately did not send the army to maintain order on the India-Pakistan border, allowing free rein to violence. It resulted in around 1 million Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims massacring each other. Thus, the Germans got their revenge. The Germans orchestrated the 1964 between India and Pakistan. The Pathan General Ayub Khan was president of Pakistan. The Bengali General J.N. Chowdhury was Indian Chief of the Army Staff, who was in conspiracy with the Germans because Bengalis of India are German allies. But Lieutenant General Harbakh Singh, a Sikh, was the field commander of the Indian Army. General Chaudhry ordered General Harbakh Singh to withdraw his forces, which he refused to do, and instead attacked. It was the largest tank battle fought since the end of World War II. Pakistan had superior American pattern tanks, but Sikh soldiers tied themselves on their bodies and fell in front of Pakistani tanks, destroying many of them. General Harbakh Singh advanced Indian forces all the way up to the outskirts of Lahore, Pakistan's second largest city, after which a ceasefire was agreed to. The German conspiracy with other Indian allies was to order the Indian forces to withdraw and allow the Pakistani army to advance all the way to Delhi and commit a genocide of Sikhs and Hindus in Punjab state. But the boldness and leadership of General Harbakh Singh and bravery of Sikh soldiers saved the 6 million population from being massacred. There was a similar conspiracy in the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War. Pathan General Yahya Khan was the president of Pakistan. General Sam Manekshaw, Indian Chief of the Army Staff, left the Punjab sector lightly defended, sending most of the forces into East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, to liberate it from West Pakistani occupation. The conspiracy was to keep the Punjab sector so lightly defended so that the Pakistan army could walk into India all the way to Delhi, committing genocide on the Sikhs and Hindus on the way to Punjab. The Pakistani army could have walked into India without much resistance. However, the field commander of the Pakistani forces was Brigadier Pervez Musharraf, whose family migrated from India to Pakistan in 1947 during the partition. He deliberately did not give his Pakistani forces permission to advance into India to prevent a civilian massacre in Punjab. Thus, Sikhs and Punjabis were miraculously saved at that time. Then in 1984, massacre of more than 100,000 Sikhs was planned by India's Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, but her Sikh bodyguards got wind of the plan and assassinated her. The massacre of about 30,000 Sikhs nationwide was carried out anyway, but many more Sikhs would have been killed if Indira Gandhi had not been assassinated. These wars and events indicate that Sikhs have been protected to some degree through a combination of their own bravery and some miracles. Now the Germans have formed a tremendous coalition of their allies in India and Pakistan, Afghanistan, and even Iran to target the Sikhs. In addition, during the past 75 years, Germany's Indian allies have been engaged in impoverishing the Sikhs, just as German masqueraders impoverished white Americans of non-German ancestry. And just as German masqueraders made the movie Forrest Gump to mock Americans about their notions of providential help and prospering and practicing them, the Pathan Amir Khan has made the movie Laal Singh Chaddha to mock the Sikhs, depicting them as half-wits, stupidly relying on miracles to protect them when they have no adequate army or armaments, industry of their own to protect them. The 50,000 or so Sikh soldiers in the Indian Army have been scattered among vast numbers of units of the 1.3 million strong Indian military where they can be easily massacred. Now, I'm not going to see the crass propaganda film like Laal Singh Chaddha produced by a non-Sikh Pathan enemy instead. Remember, those with the surname Khan are Afghans or Pathans. Do not support them or their businesses. We will deal with them appropriately when the time comes. Now we know that Xi Jinping and China are allied together in asking Narendra Modi of India and their other Indian allies to target the Sikhs. Hence, here to my advice to Xi Jinping. The time that your clandestine activities were not known and how you were able to inveigle the communist parties in some countries to murder their own people, such as in Colombia, South Korea, Indonesia, Nepal, and even India a long time, your description and tactics are now fairly well known. We have alerted the Ayatollahs of Iran and those others about your diabolical schemes to use them to start a war with the USA while you watch from the sidelines. Modi of India is also warned. You simply don't somehow understand that people are willing to die to defend their country. You think you can scare countries by throwing your 800-pound gorilla weight around and promise to treat them well and they will submit to you. And then you can do whatever you want to do with this. That's a fool's paradise. Your fond hope expressed by you is that you want to keep undermining and destroying American society and people so that it's mere shell that you can just tap and it will topple over. Grow up, Mr. Xi Jinping. Understand it well that we will defend our respective countries, including China and India, including Punjab also. Nobody is just going to submit to you because of your military might. No matter what the odds, you will have to fight to take over our countries. We will fight to defend ourselves and our freedom. In the meantime, I think American and Japanese companies have finally realized that we can't do business with you as usual. So we are investing to bring American manufacturing, particularly high tech, home or shift to other countries such as Vietnam, Bangladesh, Philippines, and even India and other more reliable partners. That will seriously affect your economy and there will be no going back. You have revealed yourself sufficiently for us to know that it's the best deal for you to deal with or engage China as little as possible. That is the true price you're paying for your belligerence. In my video of August 15, 2022 titled Sad Truth About Salman Rushdie, Deaths of Anshu Jain and actresses H. Dawes and Griggs, I mentioned that I had put a bounty of $15 million each on the heads of German masqueraders Charlie M. and Warren B. for having put a bounty of perhaps $1 billion on my head. In case anyone is interested or thinks that I can be a benefit to them, let me state that Charlie M. is Charlie Munger and William B. is William Buffett of Berkshire Hathaway. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please continue to watch my videos and read my articles on important world events, World War III watch, politics, international business, advice on health and medical problems, and much more for in-depth and insightful analysis. Please also subscribe to my YouTube and Facebook channels, Unmasked Truth with Harmanjeet Saini, to view and get information on the latest videos. Some people do not have the time to go through the full length of videos. They find it more convenient to read the text of the video. Unfortunately, YouTube does not provide the capability to make the text of my videos available on YouTube. But fortunately, Facebook does provide that capability. So I make the text of my videos available to my Facebook channel, which you can easily copy.